A homeowner began noticing something unusual on her security camera footage. At first, she thought it was just a neighbor passing by, a woman standing at the edge of her property, just staring at the house. She pulled up footage from earlier in the week. Same woman, same spot, same time, always around midnight. The homeowner started reviewing her recordings. This had been happening for weeks. The figure never moved closer, never tried to enter, never made any threatening gestures. She just stood there, watching. In one clip, you can hear the woman's voice, murmuring something, talking to someone who isn't there. Police patrolled the area, but never saw anyone. Then one night, she didn't appear. 2 nights later, she was back. Police explained there was nothing they could do. She wasn't on private property. She wasn't breaking any laws. So the cameras kept recording, and the woman kept appearing. The homeowner reviews the footage every morning now. And every morning, the figure is standing a little bit closer than the night before. Late one evening, a woman let her dog outside, a routine she'd done hundreds of times. She flipped on the porch light. A man was sitting in her rocking chair on the porch. The woman froze. The dog had wandered off into the yard. The man didn't move, didn't blink, just stared at her. She took a step back, then another. Then she yelled, "Someone's on my porch!" The man stood up slowly and walked off the porch like he was leaving a friend's house. Security footage showed the man had been sitting there for 11 minutes.
Nice.
Where?
Police searched the area, but he was gone. The woman still lets her dog out at night, but she doesn't turn on the porch light anymore. At 4:30 in the morning, a homeowner's phone lit up with a ring notification. A young woman was at their front door. She looked terrified. She knocked frantically, then stopped and looked over her shoulder, like someone was chasing her. She crouched down, hiding, then stood and knocked again. Softer, almost pleading. The homeowner watched from their phone. Something felt off. They called 911 instead of opening the door. By the time police arrived, the woman was gone. 1 month later, she was arrested. Burglary of a habitation. She'd been running this scam for weeks, pretending to be in distress. If someone opened the door, she'd force her way inside. The fear on her face, an act, the panic, rehearsed. The homeowner still wonders. In all those weeks, she spent knocking on doors at 4 a.m. Did she ever actually need help? And if she did, would anyone have opened the door? A woman was home alone in Las Vegas when her doorbell rang late at night. A man was at her door, dressed normally, face calm. She didn't answer. "I just have a couple of questions for you," he said to the camera. She stayed quiet.
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
"Are you sure?" Then his tone changed. "I want to kill the girl inside. I have a knife."
What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm going to rape her and kill her. Do you have her open the door? I'm going to rape and kill the girl that's on the other side of this door when she lets me in. I want to rape her and kill her because I have a knife and a gun.
He said it like he was ordering coffee, flat, emotionless. The woman called 911. Her husband used the doorbell's intercom remotely. "Who are you?" The man didn't answer. He stood there a moment, then walked away. Police found him blocks away. He refused to give his name, told officers he was the Holy Spirit. His real name was Christopher Sums, charged with aggravated stalking, attempted burglary, and coercion with threat of force. Police discovered he'd been watching the woman through an open kitchen window before coming to the door. She never opened it, never gave him a chance. She closed that window, installed cameras on every side of the house. But sometimes, late at night, she still reviews the footage, looking for faces in the windows she might have missed. A father and his 3 children were playing in their backyard, 2 boys and a girl. The father was standing nearby, looking in the other direction. The kids were running around, playing. Everything felt safe. Then his daughter said something that made him freeze. "Dad, there's a coyote." He turned and said, "No," but there it was, less than 10 feet behind her. The little girl ran straight to a plastic table in the yard. She climbed up just as the coyote reached the spot where she'd been standing moments before.
Dad,
Yeah.
there's a coyote.
No.
Yeah.
Oh! Holy!
Coyote! There's a coyote! Where? Quickly! Get inside! Get inside!
For a few seconds, they were face to face, the child on the table, the coyote staring up at her. Then, the animal turned and ran. Wildlife experts reviewed the footage later. They couldn't explain why the coyote approached children in broad daylight. It wasn't starving, wasn't rabid, wasn't protecting territory, and they couldn't explain why it stopped. The father was right there in the yard, but the footage shows something strange. The coyote turned and ran before the father even moved toward it. Before he got close, something made it leave. The family doesn't let their children play outside alone anymore. But the daughter still asks about the coyote sometimes. She says it wasn't looking at her when it ran away. It was looking at something behind her. 8 p.m., Carrollton, Texas. A woman got a ring notification while out to dinner. Someone was in her driveway wearing a goat mask. The figure walked to her front door, raised their hand as if to knock, but didn't knock, just stood there. Then the camera caught what they were holding. A sign with a Bible verse about Judgment Day. The masked figure held it to the camera, then walked away. The woman called police immediately. Officers responded, but the person was gone. No crime had been committed. The video went viral. People said it was a prank, but the woman was terrified. Police monitored the area. The masked figure never returned to her house. But 3 weeks later, her neighbor 2 doors down posted their own footage. Same mask, same sign, different house. Then another neighbor, then another. The figure was working down the street, house by house, and no one knows when they'll stop.
Saw a masked person in her driveway. The person walked through the side yard to her front door.
Person popped up on the video with that goat's mask on, and they were approaching my door.
She noticed the person pretended to knock and was holding a sign with a Bible verse on it.
A man in a third-floor apartment saw something outside his window late at night, a figure in a black hoodie standing in the courtyard below. Looking up at his window, he started recording. Minutes passed. The figure didn't move. Finally, he went downstairs to confront them. By the time he reached the courtyard, the figure was gone. No footsteps, no sound, just empty space.
What?
He posted the footage online. Most people said it was staged, but building security cameras showed something strange. No one entered the courtyard that night, and no one left.